Is it possible to visit 4 different places, each more interesting than the previous one, where you can witness reptiles, wolves, feed domestic animals, study miraculous plants, and dive into the history of the world, and all this for only 20 dirhams? Well, why hear about it when you can see it?
This is Irfan.
And this is Khazar.
We are two lads on a quest to explore the hidden marvels of the country and ones that everyone is talking about, and put it out there for you.
But don't just take our word for it. Come with us.
So, for our first quest, we decided to visit a place which is a childhood favorite. Ever since a field trip in the 7th grade, I can't stop coming back to this place. It's called the Sharjah Desert Park and is located on the 9th interchange on Zaid Road, also known as Sharjah Airport Road. Entry tickets are 21 dirhams per person, including VAT for adults, and kids under 12 go free. One ticket will get you entry to all the 4 enclosures inside. Make sure you check the timings on their website or Google Maps because it differs on the weekends, but in general it opens at 9 a.m. and closes gates at 7 p.m. First stop when you enter is the children's farm. This place can keep children occupied for hours, if the weather is good, of course. Now, this is the only non-air conditioned enclosure in the whole complex. Make sure to keep your tickets on you as they'll be stamped at all the venues individually. In here, you'll come across budgies, ducks, pigeons, all of which you can adore from outside their cages. And then you can also get a chance to play with goats, look at camels, cows, donkeys, horses, and more. The children's farm also has an indoor area where kids can get busy with coloring activities or watching cartoons. However, these are closed for time being as part of COVID-19 protocols, but hopefully will be open soon again. A small refreshment counter allows you to fill up on snacks and drinks at very affordable rates. Next stop is my personal favorite, the Arabia Wildlife Center, and you'll see why. As the name suggests, this center is dedicated to showcasing the fauna of the Arab world, right from the little critters to the apex predators of the desert. In through the gate, and the first exhibit is snakes. The inside of this place is beautifully designed. Dimly lit hallways keeps the animals at ease as well as the visitors. All inhabitants of this zoo are labeled with the species complete details, including where they are found, whether endangered or not, as well as their characteristics. It's always a good day to witness the animals in motion, and I was lucky to find many of them active today. Snakes are followed by lizards, tiny slithery ones to big scaly ones to color changing masters of disguise, the chameleon. Tiny turtles sharing large, lush green, beautifully designed tanks with fish. You'll come across several species of fish and even frogs before going into the insects section. Once you're through the scorpions and insects exhibit, it's a completely different scene when you emerge in the aviary. This place is built to imitate an open space with a desert feel. The walls and ceilings have been painted like the sky, and trees and bushes scattered around for the birds to perch upon. There's also a tiny river, if I may call it that, running through the whole length of the aviary where the birds come for a drink. From the grey francolin to the filby's partridge, weaver birds, hubaras, flamingos, doves, from sprinter birds to flyers, you can find them all. You'll also come across the caracal in its own enclosure in the middle of the aviary. Next stop is nocturnal animals. It takes a while for eyes to adjust here, but once they do, it's a treat. Nocturnal animals like bats, mongoose, the notorious honey badger, feral cats, fox, hedgehogs, and more are seen wandering about in their dark habitats. It can sometimes be difficult to spot the animal in the very dimly lit exhibits, but they've made it that way to keep the animals comfortable. After crossing the mice species, it's time for a break with restrooms and the cafeteria. The cafeteria is brilliantly placed. Other than the affordable food and drinks, the panoramic windows open up to the animals outside. Here you can see gazelles, oryxes, flamingos, and other types of land animals found in the Gulf region. The way out from cafeteria leads to the big animal exhibits, which includes baboons, cheetahs, leopards, wolves, and even hyenas. Heading to the third venue, the Islamic Botanical Garden. This U-shaped building is completely focused on the fruits, vegetables, and plants in general mentioned in the Holy Quran and the holy sayings of the last prophet of Islam, Muhammad peace be upon him. You can find plants inside glass exhibits and fresh ones grown right inside the building. The ones which better adapt to outer atmosphere have been grown right outside the glass walls of the air-conditioned building. Scattered across the floor are interactive touchscreens where you can get complete info about any of the plants mentioned in the Holy Quran, along with the verse it is mentioned in, its translation, its importance, and a 3D rendering. Moreover, you'll also come across intriguing information about ancient trade routes the Arabs used in order to get spices and herbs from the subcontinent in exchange of fragrances. When heading from the botanical garden to the final building, you'll come across a mosque for gents and ladies. Now, the Sharjah Natural History and Botanical Museum is the last building left in our quest today, and let me tell you, if you are a history buff, this place will have you wandering in the hallways for hours. It starts with a scene of the desert with taxidermied animals that look astonishingly real at first glance. In a desert country like the UAE, the camel is a man's best friend. It is the most resilient creature crafted for the desert by the Almighty, and its anatomy is beautifully explained in this exhibit. It comes with a complete audio commentary as to how the camel makes it through one of the most toughest terrains in the world, along with light prompts on the structure itself. There are dozens of interactive science experiments to pique the interest of children and adults alike. In the Earth History section, you'll come across videos playing about how the Earth formed and how the continents that we know today formed. Along with real meteorites and dozens of fossils on display. If the Jurassic era is more your thing, they've got you covered. Nothing screams more Jurassic than an actual dinosaur bone on display. I still can't shake off the image of first time entering this exhibit in the 7th grade back in the early 2000s. There are dozens upon dozens of animal skeletons, butterflies, local fish species showcased to give you a full value for your ticket money. If you really want to make the most out of this place, I suggest you come early and spend the whole day here, and believe me, it will be your best $20 ever spent. Just outside the Natural History Museum, there is a massive garden area with plenty of benches as well as swings and slides for the kids to exhaust their last remaining energy in. In good weather, this is a perfect picnic spot as well. Alright, our quest today has come to an end and it's time to leave now. Do let us know if you're planning to visit soon, or if you've already been here, how was your experience? If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button below and share the video with your friends and family. Subscribe to Lads on Quest and turn on the bell notifications so you get notified as soon as a new video is up. Thanks for coming along on this quest, and now, on to the next.
One of our staff members tried to chase the gazelle.